for a few generations now. So thank you so much for your time. I know it's late. We are sorry. We were at Italy in downtown, and it was rush hour, as you know. So we try our best to be here as soon as we can. So with me there is Simone, and we both are from Italea, Lombardia, but also Verdiana, and
Hi.
she's from Valle d'Aosta. So we have two region represented.
Io no, una zia,
Ah, fantastico.
accanto a Lane.
Ma dai.
Abbiamo un caffè.
Fantastic.
Abbiamo un caffè un po'
grazie.
rinfrescante e un po' di pizza.
Oh wow, grazie mille, grazie. So I will tell you a little bit about this Italea project. So it was launched by the Minister of Foreign Affairs in 2023, actually, to start the activities last year. As 2024 was considered the year of Italian roots worldwide from our government. And the idea behind the project is to structure a touristic offer specifically for those who has Italian roots and wants to reconnect with places and communities where their ancestors emigrated from. Vuoi caffè?
Grazie.
So every region has its own Italea project. So today you have live 2 of us, but there are other 18 more. And the reason why is regional based is because our work is really detailed and tailor-made. So what we have done so far is to locally get in touch with all the associations, realities, even single persons sometimes that are keeping alive the memory of immigration, and then also are keeping alive local traditions, because as you know better than us probably, places where people emigrated over the year in Italy are still very depopulated at the moment sometimes. So it's not easy to keep alive traditions, events that one used to be like the center of the community and the community life. So our work is in between, of course, touristic and attractions and design tourist tours and culture, because of course to ensure that people once they arrive have a community that is welcoming for them. We have to work with the community first and ensure that this part of history is known. And so for us in the north of Italy is even more interesting, I would say, because it has been a challenge because we don't know so much about our migration past. The new generation don't know it so much. We consider ourselves as a land of immigration because we hosted so many people coming from the south of Italy over the last decades. And so it has been a journey. We just started because it's 1.5 years that we are doing that. But yes, so the idea of meeting you is to let you know about what we are doing and the passion and the interest we put in doing that and why we do so. And yeah, so establish some connections and see where they can bring us in the future. I don't know if you have something to add that you would like to.
Maybe you want to say a few words, but before, as regards Lombardia, we came here the 1st of October, and we are doing a road trip. We're starting in St. Louis, the hill. There is a port, Italian port, pretty famous, I think. Then we went to Erin, Illinois, Chicago, and the day after tomorrow we are going in Wisconsin, Genoa. It's a little town where there is a small community of Lombardi over there. And then Pennsylvania and Barre, Wisconsin. and then we will be in New York. So it's gonna be a 24 days trip for us promoting this program.
Oh, well, I'm just very grateful to Caterina when she suggested that I could come here as well. I said yes, of course. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for me to be here. As Caterina was saying, Valle d'Aosta, as you know, is the smallest region of Italy. So it's really a job that it's about knowing each and everyone that has a story to share. As I like to say, I love working with words and with stories and with people and people that want to tell their story. And I'm very happy to be here. I was here in Chicago for the Italea presentation. I will be in New York from tomorrow in order to establish some connection with Italian people that have their ancestors back in Italy, but also the younger generation that leaves Italy to still find in the United States a better life, a better opportunity. I really look forward to know more about you. Thanks again, Caterina, thank you all for hosting.
And I wanted to thank specifically Dominic because it was our contact in the first place, but also Ernesto Milani, which is the man who got us in touch with everybody so far. And so it's also a great pleasure for us to take the lead of who came before us that studied this topic, and now that maybe we have the chance to promote it even a little bit further to do so. And so thank you.
Well, if you've met Ernesto, you know about Rosa.
Yes. We were about to tell the story of Rosa today, and we can share something with you because with the story of Rosa, we did interesting story map. So we put the story of Rosa on maps to follow her journey back and forth from Italy to here, and where she moved around from Missouri to Chicago, etc. on map. So maybe we can share that link with you. Super. Oh wow, we have technology.
That's your website?
Yes, exactly. So we are going, that was the national website. We're going to Lombardia page.
Yeah, I always like to cut to the chase and ask, are there real discounts for traveling?
Well, so actually, no. They are not. No.
You're the first person who said that.
I mean, I don't know really how to answer this question, because being at the very beginning, it also depends it's your benchmark, so to say, you know.
Yeah.
So we are trying to establishing that also as a business, but something that I didn't tell, which is important. Every region has an organization, I said, but each and every organization is from the third sector. So we are all no-profit organization. And I think that was something that the minister wanted to do, also to ensure that the cultural part of our work is prominent. So of course, it's a matter of sustainability, but what we do, the main focus, I would say, is not only in business. So there are no discounts, so to say, but it's also true that what we want to do, it's really like try to give back to the communities there. So I hope that answered partially your question.
Well, I was hoping that there would be some help in travel arrangements to steer people toward things that were less expensive, so that they could do their research, stay in a town for a week or two, and do the research there and participate in the life of the community without spending the kind of money they might have to spend in Rome or Florence or Venice.
Well,
But that's for sure.
yeah, exactly. For sure, in the places we come from, it's far more cheap than the big cities like Florence, like Venice and Rome.
Yeah.
So that's just already something.
Yes.
And on the other end, if you want to check, it's called the Italea card. It's a program where you can find activities, and also the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has an agreement with ITA Airways.
Yeah.
For some kind of discount for the flights, for example. I mean, it's not much, and
Yeah.
it's not like we control this
Exactly.
part of the project. We are more like the end. At the end of it, we welcome you, but there is some kind of discount that you can find on Italia card. Yeah.
That's true.
Well, I was thinking on the local level, do you work with innkeepers and with restaurants to give a deal to the Italea travelers?
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. So basically, how it works is that you get in touch with us. Let's say you don't know about me, Caterina, or Simone. You just got through the website. So the website is managed in a way that if you put the name of the town you think your ancestor come from, it brings you directly to the region. It also corrects some typo mistakes in case, and so you get in touch directly with the region of your ancestors, and then on the back end is us, or each and every region has its own organization, as I was saying. And what we do is, first of all, we check the information you have regarding your family history, so the genealogy part. So we ask you if you have already some documents, if you would like to know more, etc. Because we have genealogists that works with us that can support you in going further down to in your genealogy tree, if you would like so, but also try to get you connected with your relatives that are still alive.
Yeah.
So we do that as the first thing, and then as we know where you are from, maybe 1 or 2, 3 towns depending on your family history, we can design the journey according to that. So in our experience, it happens that we organized, 2 weeks travels for a couple, and they wanted to see also the highlights in Italy, so Florence and Rome and Naples, etc. But they dedicated 3-4 days to their hometown, let's say.
Mhm.
And so we organized the whole trip, but in our specialization is on those 3-4 days. So we make sure that they got in contact with the community, that they could see the church, go to the graveyard, look for their relatives, and eventually get in touch with those that are still alive.
Okay, how
So-
do you find on the local level, are the local level officials interested in this, or?
It really depends a lot.
depends, yes,
It really
it
depends
depends.
a lot. So part of the work that the minister did at national level was also to give, to incentivize the single municipalities. There was also like a grant for them to open up their archives and make it easier for everybody to go and check for their documents. Then, as you probably know, in the meantime, our law changed. And so now it's getting stricter and stricter to get to prove your citizenship. So even the archives goes hand in hand with that. But I think the most important part of our work too is that having the genealogists that are professionals in doing that, they have their own connection too. So it's really at personal level sometimes, that because it's not only the municipality, there is also the church, of course the parish, and it's really person to person relation to get to open that specific archive and get to have that information. So far I would say it was okay. I mean, we didn't have any bad experiences according to that. It was quite smooth. We know that's a topic, by the way.
Yeah, I
Where
mean,
in the
we.
US are the most Lombardians?
In the US, you
To
mean?
the US, immigrants or children of immigrants or great-grandchildren of immigrants?
So for us specifically is a peculiar type of immigration because it was really concerning work expertise. So there wasn't that many communities that moved like a family and then it calls
Chain migration.
yeah, exactly, chain migration. It wasn't so much the case from Lombardy. So we have the hill is really like in San Luis, it's really probably an unique example of that. We were mentioning Barre in Vermont because there was this emigration of
This is the
Scalpellini,
court-
yeah,
the court workers.
exactly,
Yeah.
from Varese province.
Beautiful novel by Mari Tomasi that talks about the.
Okay, I don't know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You know who Maria Cabrini was?
Yes.
Where is she from?
She's from Sant'Angelo.
Lombardia.
Yes.
I just read her biography, that's why.
Yeah, exactly. There is also all this part that is more not only religious but goes more on the topic of children education and etc.
She was a teacher.
Yeah, she was a teacher. So yeah, it's really that's why it's really quite like door-to-door work for us to find these families and people that has Lombardy heritage. It's completely different story for I don't know, Sicily or other region in Italy. I think it's the same for you, right?
Yes, in Valle d'Aosta too, we don't have communities. We have single individuals or families that decide to emigrate, and we only have one historical testimony of a community of Valdostani in New York, but we don't have other communities in the U.S. So we really try to find to follow the tree of the genealogy branch and hopefully get in touch with the people. Yeah.
I have one of my friends here in Chicago. Her family is from Valdosta. You know, she still has a sister who lives there, and she goes back pretty regularly. So
She's like she was born here in the U.S.
yes,
amazing.
she was. But her sister has gone back to Italy, and her sister's a classical musician or something there. So
Well,
I'll let you know more about
well,
that.
yes, please, yes.
Yeah.
So,
So, while for instance in Argentina or Brazil is completely different,
Sure.
even for us. I mean, there are villages that are made by people that come from exactly that village in Italy and are the number of the people with Italian heritage, it's more than
It's
those
very
living
different.
there.
a very different
Yeah, it's
immigration
completely
history
yeah,
to
completely
Argentina,
completely
sure.
different. So yeah.
Can I ask a question? Because I'm a retired professor, and I'm moving into the field of doing heritage tours for people. How would Italea be able to help me? You know, so I mean, I heard a different. You know, I've been to your website. I've looked at different things like that, but. You know, say I wanted to create a tour, how would I avail myself of what's out there for Italia? Say I had a group of people who were interested, you know, in Lombardia and exploring their roots there. What type of connection should I make? What type of resources could be there for me? How could you help me actually create an experience for people who are looking into these types of roots tourism?
Yeah, so I think that what we can do best is the result of the work we have done during this project for the last year and a half. So it's really get you in contact with the people that do things, and then can get you in contact with the community there. So
Okay.
I think our work is really at the conjunction between tourists and inhabitants, those that live the place, to ensure that it's not like a typical touristic tour,
Right,
where you
yes, yeah.
pass by the places and see things, but as not a chance to really get the authentic connection with the
Right.
community.
To delve into the heritage and maybe have an
Yes.
opportunity to explore genealogy or things like that. I
Yes.
mean, that would be what I would be aiming for
Yeah,
sure.
that's exactly that. Then, of course, we have a catalog we can share with you of experiences, but we tried to create those that really has something to tell about your story. So, for instance, I don't know, we found this amazing cooperative of young people that in a small town in the mountain of Bergamo area, so in the Alps. They are revitalizing the town, and among the various activities, they regenerated the mines, the old mines. And people working in those mines, they at a certain point they emigrated abroad, and maybe they went to Belgium, not to the US strictly, but we know that a lot of people from Lombardy moves to the mines here in Minnesota, like the one we saw in St. Louis and Herring. And they had this brilliant idea of aged cheese within the mines. So now you can explore the mines and see, of course, how it was the work for them there, but also how these places can look in the future, so to say, and so you can taste the cheese that is aged there and have this kind of experience, which is very peculiar, and we kind of build them with them because it's not so.
Because we are there, so
Exactly.
We are there, we
It's
have
easy
this
for us.
opportunity
Right.
to find the stories, and sometimes even to, which I think is very important, is that sometimes the fact that people coming from abroad are so excited and get so emotional even about something that for you living there is always there, it's you taken for granted, is amazing, because it's a part of history we don't really know, first of all, but also sometimes it's just you really take for granted what you have, and instead when you see through the eyes of someone else that is get so emotional, it's amazing, and it gives back a lot, I think, to the community. So that's important.
Most of the time in these little towns there are not even association or info point, so maybe it's just two people who study the immigration, and we create a relationship with the two people, so it's just a matter of it's a long work, and I think we can facilitate this kind of process.
So through the website, by making an inquiry, this would be the type of thing that would result from that? Is
Yeah.
that what I'm hearing?
Now they are moving the website to another one, so maybe
Oh.
you cannot find everything on it, but
Okay.
soon we'll,
But or you can
Yes.
get in touch with us. I think is
Yeah.
the best
Okay.
Yeah.
option is to just we can organize a call and you can explain what your expectations are,
Sure.
and we can facilitate that.
And so and every region in Italy has representatives like you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Exactly.
So the information about each commune, is it on the website, or is it a matter of contacting your office and then through your office to find out who is like the person to contact in each commune?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. It's
The
through
second
us. It's through us. It's the second option, exactly, because we are there to facilitate that. And
Yeah, but the first step is to get in touch with Italea, and then we can answer to the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. but you won't find it on the website, for example. The first thing is to get in touch.
Especially because sometimes those organizations are, maybe they don't even have an email sometimes, or they only have a phone number, or it really depends on.
Yeah, cause I went to the website last year and I put in some different regions and I got, like, kind of vague, like, I really didn't get a lot of direction on what to do or how to follow up, so,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, you're saying it's changed now, so is it going to direct people differently now, so?
Yeah.
Well,
well,
we hope.
Yeah, we
Okay.
hope so. Because we don't have, I mean, we don't really have the control over the websites and our structure.
Alright, so is it almost
yeah.
that you need to know who the Italea representative is per region in order to?
Yeah, usually through the main email,
Yeah.
you will get in touch directly with someone from the organization anyway. So that should be. I mean, I hope there is no loopholes in that, because
Okay.
otherwise it would be really like a problem. But yeah, you should get in touch with someone from the organization through the general email.
So
yeah.
is Italea funded?
Yeah.
At what level and to what purpose? I mean, you're paid representatives, I'm assuming?
Well, we got, so it was, at the very beginning was a grant for an organization that has to be established for the purpose of represent the region in Italia, and with the only request to be third sector organization, so a non-profit organization. That was the only request we had. And then the other request was to provide this touristic offer, because the idea was to harmonize at national level the offer towards route travelers. Then each and every region decided how to develop the cultural aspect, and because it really depends on how the region and the single realities are active or non-active locally on the topic. And we were funded to do everything. So from the events to people working to traveling, I mean, like today, this travel in the US. And so we were taking care each and every region organization to
So you
the
leave us your
activities.
business cards.
Yes, we have the business cards. We will leave you. Unfortunately, the project is going towards an end because it was only 1 year and a half. Yeah. And so we are about to finish with the end of the year. We don't know.
At the end of 2025.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Only 2 months,
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
60 days.
but we,
Yeah.
Keep going.
yeah,
But yeah. But
we are aware that's kind of problematic. But the good thing is that every organization, Lombardia for sure, mine as well, will continue even if Italia will slowly close. The program will still be reachable, and our organization will keep running. So that's
yeah, we established an organization, and over the time, I mean, we are doing other projects. So we are ensuring our sustainability also because we want to continue this work, and we were perfectly aware that 1 year and a half is just the beginning, cannot be.
Well,
Maybe.
there may be a market for it in terms of there may be some demand for it, and whether it's provided by the government or by independent agents, there may be a market for it.
Yeah.
So, can I mean,
Yeah.
just to bring it down to a really practical level, say, gee, me and my 10 friends who all have Lombardia, ancestry, want to plan a trip to explore our connections to the region. I go on the website, I type in bloody, 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 and then what happens?
It happens that, so from the website, you will only see what is on the website.
Okay.
So it's a selection of experiences, a selection of itineraries, everything is a selection, and everything is very vague on purpose
Okay.
also, because otherwise everybody can go and just
Okay,
get
so
in
I
touch
choose
with
from
the
one of the
final.
proposed itineraries that
Yeah.
is on there, then what happens?
Then you get in touch with us, and we basically, what we do, besides the genealogy that I was telling before, we always schedule a call, one-to-one call with our travel designer. And in that call, you can express everything you need and what are your expectations, what you want to do, and your budget, of course. And then from there, we start building up. So usually after the first call, maybe we schedule a second one if there are some things to fix, and maybe in between, we send you like a program, a proposal, and we go on from there. We can take care, I mean, we work with travel agency too, of course, so we can provide you the full package of travel. Usually flights are out,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
all the rest is included if you want, as much as you want, of course. So it's really tailor-made, and we can work with individual families or small groups. Usually we try to stay with small groups because we can guarantee the quality
Sure,
of the travel. Like sometimes 50 people can be kind of
No.
a problem in small towns for hospitality and everything. But yeah, we can work also with groups, small groups. So that's how it works
Okay.
practically. Yeah.
And you envision this going on even after the grant?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the grant was support to start and to put all that in place. It was a great opportunity for us because it supported us in doing this work of connection locally with this was, I mean, it took a while also
Sure,
because
sure.
it's a lot of personal connection. But yeah, we as organization, we do other things locally, so we are there anyway, and that's something we will love to build up more and more because it goes in the direction of very sustainable and responsible tourism. We would love to see more and more
Yeah,
in
and
place.
we have to say that at the beginning it was a big investment that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has made. You know, like the idea is like to build 20 different startups in order to make sure every region has an anthem for them, for the tourists to reach to. And right now, when the project is kind of changing, it's up to every single region to respond in a way that's fit for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll still be here.
Okay,
So
that's good to know.
Yes.
Are you in contact with your neighbors and other regions? I mean, do you know each other? Do you kind of work together and pass on something to somebody else if it's not a match?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
By the way,
Yeah.
are there 20 or 21 regions? I don't remember. When I was there, it was 20. What about now?
Still 20.
20.
There's still 20.
Yeah.
I went to Abruzzo, he said they were split.
Still 20.
yes.
One was wrong.
Maybe something changed in the last 2 weeks.
There used to be 20 and there's no 20.
I have a question. Oh,
Yeah,
Steve,
yeah,
Do you want to go first?
All right, thank you.
Well, I've been to Italy many times. My Nono was born in Limo di Sugarda. And my aunt, his youngest daughter, was the last one left home out of 8 kids. And she put an ad in the newspaper that she was looking for a husband. And she found somebody in Aosta. So she wound up in Aosta. She found this very nice young man. So that's why I'm trying to bring you into it. So it's in Frazione di Polaine. Okay, so they're both deceased now, but I got to meet all these people. So I had never been in Aosta, and I thought, wow, this is beautiful. It was really nice that we traveled. We went by car from Torino, other relatives. So anyway, that's how I know about Aosta.
That's
And
amazing.
had wonderful food in Aosta too.
Yes.
But anyway,
The nature and the
in
mountains.
Limone, I have my friends and relatives in Brescia, and, you know, all over the place. So I've been there many times. So when my grandfather was born there, he was born when it was Austria. So his original document said born in Austria. So then, of course, after the war, it was switched to Italy. So anyway, but everybody else, he came here to work in the Pullman shops where they made the railroad cars and whatever. So he had a job, like you said, a worker's job. So he met this woman, my aunt, my nonna from Piemonte. My mother's mother was from, her family, she was born here, but her family was from Asiago in Veneto. So then I had a Sicilian grandfather, so I represent 4 different regions of Italy, and I've been to all of them. So, I mean, it's really nice, but to see your family, I mean, you were asking about discounts. When you go see your relatives, they'll say, oh, stop, let's go have a cafe, and they stop, they close their store and take you down the street and you have coffee for however long, you know, so you get a free coffee out of it at least. When you go there. Or they invite you to dinner or something, so I mean, it may not be tangible discounts, and even in the hotels, if they know you're a family, they will be lenient to you and give you discounts even though it's not written, don't you think that? Just out of the kindness of their heart. Most places are very generous about that. So we do have some refreshments. You've probably been on the road too, so help yourself.
It's
There's more
Italian
coffee.
style, it's not cold.
It's fine, it's fine.
But anyway, you know, a lot of things you said made sense to me because, you know, we've had relatives from the north. I'm the only northerner, I think, from here.
Okay.
Everybody else is mostly southerners, which is
I'm a
okay, except for
Simonini.
you, Carla.
Right.
She's got
Tuscan
relatives up here.
yeah.
And Martin.
And
Martin,
Martin,
yeah.
Martin is from
30%.
Argentina.
Yeah.
He's got relatives in all over the place. Argentina, and where's your family from?
Aosta è statuto
Oh, Liguria,
speciale,
that's right.
Bravissimo.
non c'ha,
Genovese.
sono 5 regioni italiane che hanno lo statuto speciale.
Vero, vero.
So
E
when-
c'è un Sempione, come si chiama la galleria che sta?
Sì,
Sempione.
sì,
Sì.
però non è da noi quella.
Oh,
Noi abbiamo il tunnel del Monte Bianco.
Monte Bianco.
4.810 metri.
Bravissimo.
Who knows the numbers? But anyway,
I'm good with numbers.
to get back to my point, my brother wants to take his family to Italy. Now, he's been there with me, but he wants to take 13 people on this trip, and he wants to pay for this thing. And he said, and you can come too. I said, no. I said, I'm not translating for 13 people. 8 children, 6 children, and all the rest adults. I said, no. So maybe I should refer him to Italea and see if I can. No, I know, no. I want to, if I go to Italy, I want to see my family and have a good time and relax, and I don't want to travel and translate every time somebody wants to go to the bathroom or buy a coffee. No. But anyway, so that's what my long story. They all heard all my long stories. But anyway, that's the whole point of, you know, is that something that you would put us in contact with? Because, you know, to organize for that, and I don't know what their itinerary would be and where they would want to go and how long. I don't know any of those details. He's working on it, so he's going, you can come to it. No, but anyway, yeah, that was something, even if it's not this year, we might still have some connection where we can find out things in the future.
Yeah, that would be
Okay,
great.
well, I appreciate that. Sorry, excuse my long story.
No,
but I'm Italian, I never tell a short story.
We love to hear.
Thank you, grazie.
Michael, you had a
Thank
question.
you.
Yes, I wanted to ask what kind of research
Sorry,
you're
good
doing
picture.
on the people who might be interested in taking advantage of your programming and, you know, because having taught sociology for many, many years, okay, and having written about my own family's roots and so forth, I think most of your audience includes people who have no direct connection with any real Italian, okay? And the person who can tell you most about this is Carla, because Carla taught in a program at
Loyola
At
University,
Loyola.
Chicago, yeah.
For Italian American history, okay? And she had students who had only heard of Italy, had no idea of the names of regions or towns or the life of the people who had gone before them. No idea at all.
Or they knew they were Italian, but they had no real sense what that meant.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason that Italians in America are Italian is because the Irish told us so. Okay?
Yeah.
Because for them, we weren't really European white people. You know, for them, we were something distinctively different. And back in the 1950s, when I was growing up, it was still considered slightly outrageous for an Italian to marry an Irish girl, right?
Married Americano.
Even later than that.
Yes, even later than that, you know, the fact that Jack Kennedy in 1960 was questioned about whether or not he, as a Roman Catholic, could participate in American politics. Okay. And so there's an enormous initial question: why do you think that you're Italian for us? Okay. And is it the food? You know, is it a good pizza? You know, is it that you can pronounce the word gnocchi? Because most Americans cannot. Okay? You know, what is the key issue for you? And the generation of students that Carla has taught, they are coming into their own economically. Okay? And that's another issue for you. Who can afford things like this? Who's got the money? Who's in a career path that will allow them, maybe not now, but maybe in another 15 years, to bring their own children? Okay? And why would they be interested? Okay? And the reason that they're interested is because we're American. That's the reason, you know, because there are other people around us who pose that question to us, you know, who react to us because there is something different about us. Whether it's something good or something bad, mafia, good food, whatever it is, there's something different about us. Okay? That's why we're here. And that's why the work that Dominic has done over the last 20 years is really significant. You know, because it answers an American question. Okay? And, you know, so different people at different stages of life have different reasons for being interested in what you're offering. Okay? You know, I would love my children to bring their kids to understand something about which I have thought and taught and written for many years. Okay? I would love that, but you know, the chance that that's actually going to happen diminishes and varies according to American conditions and whether or not people like Carla are allowed to teach.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that every town needs to have a daycare center or a Montessori school, But you ought to be considering that.
Yeah, with new generations, it's a completely different topic. We are perfectly aware of that. We know also that even not the new generations, but even those that had a closer connection with Italian roots, they were taught not to speak in Italian, not to embrace that heritage. So we already met in these few days some people in their 70s that they were like, I'm so curious because I know about that, I heard about that, I know my parents were speaking in Italian not to make me understand what they were saying, but I want to know more. So with the new generations, it's a matter of keeping the memory alive until it's not too late, which is the same, I mean, it's the same question for us in Italy too. It's like a mirror in a way, because it's what we can, I mean, it's not just a matter of keeping alive the memory of immigration, which again is extremely important, especially for us in Lombardia. It needs to be done, but it's also a matter of keeping alive the memory of how life was, traditions there, and see how they can evolve. I mean, I think that being young ourselves, we don't pretend to keep the tradition alive as they were. Probably won't work, but to find a way to keep them alive. And those towns and villages are highly depopulated at the moment. In fact, one of the, I think, great point of the project is that the funds are going through the Next Generation EU. So it's those that were given by the European Commission after COVID, but especially the line is especially for small towns, borghi, we call borghi, no? So villages, and because the idea is really that one, that through people that show an interest from abroad, and it's not just a matter of money, it's also a matter of money, of course, it always, but interest to bring those little communities more alive and support a movement that in Italy starts to be there among young people that wants to stay and remain in the small towns to preserve their history and heritage. So with young people, we can definitely think about that together. I mean, we would love to do exchanges and bring groups of students and try to revitalize a word that is kind of old, and which, I mean, we would love to. We would love to make it more accessible.
Who takes advantage of the fact that you exist? Are there becoming groups and family groups, age group, similar people? What? What's the market out there?
For now,
Mostly individuals,
yeah,
I think.
mostly families. So parents and children, that's the main target group we saw so far.
I think it's important for you to remember that Italians live in families, and many of the people who join an Italian family have no Italian roots at all.
Yeah.
They have
And
no
we saw
Italian
that
roots at
already.
all.
Yeah.
And nevertheless, you know, they're in love with Italy.
Yeah, yeah, and that's another part of answer of what you were saying is that it's true that we work with Italian heritage and Italian roots, but it's also a matter of tourism in a way. I mean, Americans love Italy. They will come to Italy anyway, even if they have or not Italian roots, and we love that. But it's also a matter of showing more authentic places, because it's now our cities like Venice and Florence and Rome are suffering too much from mass tourism. It means that a lot of people that want to live there cannot do it anymore. It's not livable, it's not affordable. So we have to do something in this direction too. And diversify destinations is something that is transversally important, I would say. And we work in this niche. We have no, we do not pretend to change the touristic inflow. It's not our work, but it's interesting to see that what we do can go in this direction of show that there are much more to see, and also that you can embrace a different rhythm of traveling.
Yes.
To enjoy the places and to get in touch with the community, you have to stay for at least a couple of days. 2 hours are not enough.
Right.
So
Hey.
you can't rush through the country.
Hey,
And that's
here's
important.
a phrase for you. In-laws and allies. In-laws and allies.
Okay, we
Because
can take
Italians-
about 10 more minutes, but then we're going to have to break up and close down here.
No worries. Yes, sure.
Did I hear you correctly? You're also working with some of your local people or community,
Yeah.
helping people who are actually doing research themselves to try to find out people that left from their community. Is that right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how is that going? And what kind of resources are they using for that?
Oh wow, you want to answer that?
I mean, there are a few organizations who are doing this in Italy, in the small town, in the little community, and our program doesn't involve directly them, I think, but I think our job is to connect you with them, and that's what we can provide.
Because it's very diverse what they have in terms of resources. So if you are interested in documents and archives, I don't know if that's your interest. If you are interested in knowing what are their resources in terms of documents or research, was that
Well,
your
I guess I'm
question?
curious, like the people in the local community who want to find out about people that left.
Yeah.
What kind of resources are they using themselves?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are they from their own records or?
You can go to your comune and ask for some papers that you can find people who emigrated abroad. And this is something you have to do your own, and it may take a while to do that. And in Italy, we still have some trouble on doing that because nothing is digitalized, so everything is on paper. But it's cartaceo, yeah. But you can go to your comune, or even better, you can go to the churches, and you can find this kind of archive. But it's not quite easy. I
So
mean,
the records are still on paper?
Yeah.
And there's
The
nothing
majority.
being
Almost
done to
everything.
digitize?
oh, yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, cartaceo is still the rule. But they digitalize quite a lot of material, but as no index, so you cannot
Locate the record.
search
Search.
for it. So
Some
you still
regions
have,
are better than others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
My
something,
mother's on the Abruzzo
Okay.
site, and she's been able to find some very interesting things.
Okay, cool.
if you get a lot of time, and you want to look up all the immigrants that left your town,
Yeah.
you can do that in about 30 seconds
Yeah.
with a maneuver on the Ellis Island stuff that's,
Yeah.
I can't remember Dr. what's his name, Stephen or something. yeah.
Stephen Morris, yeah.
Stephen Moore, okay. And I have gone to different towns and presented them with a list or a CD of the list of the 600 people that came from this town and went through Ellis Island. Now, they're all dead now, but they have descendants. Probably somewhere near those cities that they migrated to.
Yeah, there are also the list of passengers on the boat that another, but from single town, yeah, are Comune archives, the parish archives,
No.
and for like recent migration, of course, is the IRE registration. That's another information that they have.
So you represent Bergamo?
Also, as part of the Lombardia, we also represent Bergamo.
Well, they're really unusual people, I think.
I'm from there, so yeah, you can say that.
Well, I would think that
Explain yourself.
they would be a really good market
Really good.
if they live abroad
Uh-huh.
to come back home and do the research.
You can say, can you say it again?
A good target group, a good
target group. Yeah, people from Bergamo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Is
are
that-
several organizations in Bergamo
Yeah.
that are very quite strong.
We experience a huge immigration. in
Is
the
Arlecchino
centuries.
from Bergamo? Where's Arlecchino from? Arlecchino?
Arlecchino is from,
Such
yeah,
a beautiful thing.
Valbrembana.
Arlecchino.
But you know, there is this stereotype that people from Bergamo is pretty, how do you say,
Special.
not special, not really, but close mentality, narrow mentality. It's a pretty close community, so
The mountains, right?
yeah, it's because of the mountains. You need to establish a relationship with us, and then we can open up a little bit.
Mountain people.
Yeah, it's mountain people.
A lot of Alpine, you know?
Yeah.
I was just wondering, are you perhaps also trying to connect with like different football teams or leagues in some of the other smaller places? I mean,
Atalanta.
Yeah,
to get people that are interested in maybe the big teams, but oh, this is interesting. This team, the players came from here to go to a bigger team, or maybe they just want to experience like a local athletic.
We're having a World Cup in this country. You know?
Yeah. We went to the San Luis Stadium because we know that there was this famous soccer match in the 1950.
Cup.
England,
The
US,
England
the
versus-
Live
yeah.
their lives.
You know the story.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an opportunity. I think we would like to focus on this topic and maybe.
We have a problem. When Italy is going to play in America, who are we supposed to root for?
Both.
Vinca il migliore.
Oh, l'Italia, per forza.
Yeah. But yes, definitely.
But yeah, we
sport
need
is
to be
a-
creative because there are not a lot of
Mhm.
money on this topic. In the
Yeah.
past, a lot of institutions used to bring a lot of money on this, promoting exchanges, and now not really.
Yeah.
So maybe the sport can be one.
Well, I heard rumors too that they're going to bring a couple of Serie A
Yeah.
actual games here.
Yes, in Australia, yeah, there maybe I don't know, but they're discussing it. Yes, that's true.
I started a league in Chicago.
Really?
Soccer league. We didn't play. We used to play. We used to go gym. I attended American high school. So at gym time, they want us to play football, baseball, basketball. I said, we don't know how to do that. So let us organize. We play soccer. So we organized. We talked to the principal. He organized 8 high school, and we played them all. Our team was 99% Italian, and we won the city. But we're talking about early 70s. Now the soccer is still going. They're still, especially in the suburbs. In the city, it's a different ethnic group that's making up the city. But in the suburbs, they play soccer.
It's extremely important for integration at any level. I mean, sports are always like a vehicle of that. So
Here's an interesting footnote for you, and you deal with bureaucrats, and bureaucrats like footnotes.
we don't. So
They're
the ones who work, not the bureaucrats.
I guess. There was an American sociologist, Swedish background, his name was Hansen,
Okay.
and he wrote about what he called third generation return. So the children of the immigrants may have been completely embarrassed by their parents and wanted nothing to do with their parents' country of origin or anything. The generation of grandchildren, they're your market.
Yes,
You know,
it's like that.
because for them, they're not embarrassed anymore. That's in the past. It's solved. Most of those people are dead anyway. Okay? So what they're interested in is their idealized fantasy of a perfect Italy.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't know we can provide that. I don't think that we cannot provide the perfect Italy, but yeah, no. We experienced that a little bit already, and it's absolutely, I mean, we felt it. It's true.
Third generation return.
Hanson's law.
It's a real phrase in American sociology.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank
you. Thank you.